Avatar: The Way of Water, 2022, explained.
A family on the run, a war reignited, and a world beneath the waves unlike anything we've seen before. 15 years after the fall of Home Tree, Jake Sully thought the fight was over. He was wrong. We're breaking down the full story of Avatar: The Way of Water. Let's dive in. Act 1. The Sky People return. The forest is quiet now. Jake Sully, once a soldier, now a father, lives among the Metkayina, not as an outsider, but as one of them. He and Neytiri have built a family, 2 sons,
Neteyam and Loak,
a daughter, Tuk, a second daughter, Kiri, born from Grace Augustine's avatar under mysterious circumstances, and also Spider, a human boy left behind when the RDA retreated. Too young to be sent back to Earth in cryo, Spider was raised at Hell's Gate and grew up alongside Neteyam and Loak, learning Na'vi, climbing trees, swimming rivers, and living as one of them. Jake is Torque Makto no longer. He's a father, a protector, a leader. But peace on Pandora never lasts. One night the stars change. New lights streak across the sky. The humans, the Sky People, have returned. This time they're here to stay. With fire and steel, the RDA descends again. Not just to exploit the land, but to colonize it. To make it theirs. They incinerate vast areas of forest. New cities rise from the ashes, and the Na'vi are seen as hostiles to be pacified so that Pandora can become the new home for Earth's population. And leading the pacification charge 1 year later is a familiar face, Colonel Miles Quaritch, reborn. His original body died years ago from Neytiri's arrows during the Battle of the Tree of Souls. But before the final battle, his memories were backed up. Now those memories live on, not in a human body, but in a Na'vi avatar. Quaritch returns with one mission in mind, to hunt down and eliminate Jake Sully. Before his final battle, Quaritch recorded a message for his recombinant clone, a full mind backup uploaded into a Na'vi avatar. That recording becomes the first thing his new body sees upon awakening. He's not alone. The RDA has resurrected more fallen Marines, recombinants, Na'vi bodies, human memories. Bigger, stronger, faster, no longer bound by human limits. The Sullys and Metkayina remain a thorn in the RDA's side from their base in the Hallelujah Mountains. But their raids have put them in the RDA's and Quaritch's crosshairs again. When the children have a near miss with Quaritch's recom squad in the jungle, Jake knows what's coming. He's lived it before, and he refuses to let it touch his family. So he makes the hardest choice of all. They leave. Jake resigns as leader of the Metkayina in order to protect them from Quaritch's vendetta. He gathers Neytiri and the children, and they disappear into the wild. They travel far, out of the forest and across oceans, until they reach a new world, the thousands of islands of the Sea Clans. Here, beyond the reach of the RDA, live the Metkayina, the Reef People, a Na'vi clan adapted to the ocean. Their skin is teal, their tails broader, their bodies built for swimming. The clan's leaders, Tonawari and Ronal, are cautious when meeting their new guests. Forest people are not ocean people. Their ways are not the same. But when Jake pledges peace and survival, they agree to shelter the family, for now. But safety always comes at a price. Act 2. The Way of Water. Life in the ocean is unlike anything the Sullys have known. Gone are the lush trees and the vines of the forest. Here, the world flows with the tides. The Metkayina teach the Sullys the ways of the sea. Neytiri, once a warrior of the forest, finds herself adrift. She struggles to find her place among the Metkayina. Her forest instincts at odds with the stillness of the sea. Jake tries to help, but even he feels the distance growing between them and between the life they once knew and the life they now must learn. The Metkayina children guide Jake and Neytiri's kids through the first lessons: how to hold your breath, how to ride an elu, and how to read the rhythms of the reef. But learning the way of water isn't just about swimming, it's about letting go. Loak struggles the most. Hot-headed and reckless, he bristles at the rules and the teasing of the Metkayina boys, especially Alnung and Rato. But not everyone sees him as a failure. Sireya, Tonawari's daughter, graceful and kind, takes special interest in him. Where others mock, she teaches. Where others doubt, she believes. In her, Loak finds not just a guide to the way of water, but someone who sees him not as a problem, but as potential. Kiri, meanwhile, is drawn to the ocean's mystery. When she connects with the spirit tree beneath the sea, she feels something no one else can, a deeper bond with Awa that goes far beyond words. But Quaritch has begun his campaign. He is retracing Jake's steps, learning to be Na'vi, including bonding with an Ikran. Spider, captured during the near miss in the jungle, is still with him. Father is getting to know son. Quaritch claims he doesn't care about Spider, but it's clear it's not so simple. The boy initially refuses to betray the Sullys, but curiosity and a hunger for connection to his father begin to pull him in. It's part manipulation, part something deeper. Spider is torn. Back at the reef, Jake notices the change in his children. Loak continues to rebel, especially when he defends a tulkun, a massive whale-like creature that's been cast out from the pod. His name is Payakan, and like Loak, he's seen as reckless and dangerous. But a bond forms between them. Jake just wants his family to lie low and be safe, to stay hidden. But Pandora has other plans. Kiri's connection to Awa comes with a cost. One day, while linked to the spirit tree beneath the reef, Kiri's body seizes. Her limbs thrash, her eyes flutter, her breath catches. The family rushes to save her, dragging her unconscious from the water and calling in Norm Spellman to help bring her back to health. Norm's arrival on a rogue RDA airship pings in the Sky People's systems, and this raises Quaritch's suspicion. He sets off to investigate. Trouble is coming. Act 3, The Outcast and the Hunter. Life in the reefs brings change, but not peace. Loak continues to struggle with his place among the Metkayina. His bond with Payakan, the outcast tulkun, deepens, revealing a kindred spirit. Payakan was exiled for breaking his species' strict code of pacifism. Years ago, he defied the core law of his kind, never take life. When humans hunted his pod, Payakan fought back, killing those aboard a harpoon ship. Though he saved others, the act branded him a traitor. His scars aren't just from battle, they're from the judgment of his own kin. The Metkayina call him killer, but Loak sees him for what he is, not violent but brave, not reckless but righteous. Meanwhile, tensions simmer in the reef. Jake tries to keep his family hidden but wary of being discovered. Quaritch in the RDA's campaign grows bolder. He uses force, violence, and fire as weapons against a Na'vi coastal clan, the Ta'unui. He interrogates the people there and orders the slaughter of an Ilu in the process. He's using Spider as a reluctant guide, and Spider is shocked by the violence. But Quaritch now has a ploy to draw Jake out of hiding. He turns to hunting tulkuns, harvested by humans already for their brain fluid, Amrita, worth billions on Earth. Amrita is a golden neurochemical secretion used to extend human life. This hunting shatters the sacred balance of the sea. Tulkuns are gentle, sentient beings, bonded to the Metkayina like spirit siblings. To see them butchered is unthinkable to the ocean Na'vi. This is a brutal provocation, and a trap. Act 4, The Siege at Sea. Next on Quaritch's Tulkun hit list is, by unfortunate coincidence, Payakan. Loak, Soraya, Took, and the others race across the waves to warn him. Disobeying orders, they rush into open waters, not knowing that Quaritch has laid a trap. The RDA seizes the moment. They capture the children. Jake and Neytiri launch into action from the reef base. The Metkayina join them, warriors mount their skim wings. The reef people rally to defend their kin and the Tulkuns. Jake and Quaritch have a tense standoff on the ocean, which looks like it will end very badly for Jake, until Payakan breaches the surface of the water and jumps onto the Sea Dragon's ship, damaging it and flinging attackers into the water. A gunship tries to intercept him, but he deflects the explosive fired at him and dives beneath the waves. Payakan has created an opening. Jake, Neytiri, and the Metkayina attack. The sea becomes a war zone. Arrows and bullets fly from banshees and skim wings. Explosions tear through the Sea Dragon's deck. Kiri uses her connection to Awa to control sea life. Luminescent jellyfish, eel-like tendrils, the ocean itself becomes her ally. Creatures glow and strike, surrounding a vessel in a living barrier of resistance. Spider turns back to the Sully side, helping crash the Sea Dragon. Payakan takes perfect and satisfying revenge on the lead Tulkun hunter, who ends up losing an arm. The Sully boys manage to escape the RDA and they get off the ship, but not all make it unharmed. As the siblings jump off the sinking wreck, Neteyam is hit by enemy fire. Jake and Neytiri find him, but it's too late. Their eldest son, strong, loyal, protective, dies in his parents' arms. It's a heartbreaking moment, but the girls, Kiri and Tuck, are still hostage to Quaritch. Quaritch offers a trade, Spider for the girls. Jake and Neytiri regroup for one last fight. They attack and infiltrate the ship, cutting down soldiers, battling through corridors of steel and fire. Neytiri moves like a wraith, her arrows finding every target. Jake follows with relentless purpose. Quaritch grabs Kiri, drawing Jake to him. Neytiri sees it happen. Her daughter is in the grip of the man who has already taken so much. She grabs Spider, the boy she helped raise, and puts a blade to his chest. The threat is real. Her grief has become fury, and she's willing to sacrifice anything to protect her own. Quaritch freezes. For the first time, he hesitates. Not for strategy, but for Spider. That moment of pause is all Jake needs. Father faces father. Warrior faces warrior. The ship is sinking and the family are scattered, desperately trying not to sink with it. Jake and Quaritch fight hand-to-hand beneath the sinking ship. Their bodies clash beneath rising water. Jake overpowers Quaritch and leaves him sinking in the dark. Spider sees this and is torn between his two worlds. Loak dives to find his father, risking everything. In the blue silence, he finds Jake. Together, they rise as Kiri's connection with Awa comes to the rescue to help them and the others escape the soon-to-be-wrecked sea dragon, with a little extra help from Payakan, too. The family is safe and together. Amidst all the chaos, Spider saves Quaritch, bringing him safely to shore. Realizing where his true loyalties lie, Spider then abandons his biological father and returns to the Sullys. The sea dragon has sunk into the deep. The battle is won, but not without sacrifice. Act 5. The Spirit and the Sea. Neteyam is gone. Neytiri, her voice trembling, sings the Song of Farewell, an ancient melody. The Sullys mourn beneath the waves as they return Neteyam to Awa. The water glows with bioluminescent tendrils as he disappears. A life taken, a family broken. Jake comes to Tonawari and Renal offering to leave. The Metkayina bodies are bruised, but their hearts are steady. The Sully family have shed blood for this clan and its corner of Pandora, and now the Metkayina respond. Not with suspicion, but solidarity. Tonawari extends his hand to Jake, a gesture of acceptance. You are Metkayina now. Jake and Neytiri return to the reef's spirit tree. They connect via Awa to Neteyam in order to remember him. The boy's laughter, his courage, his loyalty. In that stillness, Jake sees his firstborn and that he has no choice. He can't save his family by running anymore. This is his new home and where he will make his stand. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Pandora and the Way of Water, subscribe to the channel. We are only just beginning to explore the secrets of Awa's world. Avatar 3 is coming, and so is our next breakdown. Stay tuned, stay connected, and remember the Way of Water.